Funding for this program was made possible in part by and by
Holtzman Oil for friendly and courteous delivery of heating oil and kerosene. We serve residential, commercial, and agricultural customers with competitive pricing, efficient delivery service, and friendly, knowledgeable staff to help when you call.
Unlock your newest member benefit. Over 1,000 episodes of your favorite PBS shows. American Masters, Antiques Roadshow, Nature, Nova, Masterpiece. Watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere. Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
You can never trust anybody but your guy next to you. That's why we were all brothers.
In country, I was assigned to the 525 MI detachment. It's in support of the United States Army Vietnam. Intelligence today is very complicated. It was even then. We worked for the DIA, and the general in charge, Creighton Abrams, was not the one that was in charge of the overall operation. So you had many sources of intelligence coming up a pipeline. So we were working for the USAR, United States Army Vietnam, in that capacity. And all the stories that you could tell are have some sort of sarcastic humor to them. He said, "Hope, here, Lieutenant Hari, here's your stuff, here's your orders. You're going to the Mekong Delta. Should we fit you out for a casket right now?" So here I am in Saigon, and they're telling me, the dark humor is you're going down there. And I say, well, now, why would you be saying that? And they say, we've withdrawn all American combat forces from the Delta, so your only protection is the local Vietnamese and one air group. And the air group is in support. So if you're nervous, they like to compound your nervousness, so that actually didn't do very, very good for my sanity at the moment. But I got to Canto, which is a large city. I've checked back since the time, and Canto is right on the river, a big fishing and industry, actually substantial city. Had many, many pagodas and churches. The Catholic Church was large there. And our intelligence headquarters was in Canto.
When I was sent to Vietnam, I was told that the PXs were not equipped for females, and that we needed to take our own personal products with us. So I packed the bottom of my footlocker full of Tampax. And a couple months after we were there, we had hired a girl to sweep out our tent because it was constantly full of sand. And she was a Vietnamese girl. And I came in the tent one day and I smelled something really strange. And I kind of stood over to the side and watched what she was doing, and she was lighting the string on the Tampax and throwing them under the bunks and then running outside and holding her ears. And when nothing happened, she'd stamp her foot and yell, "Damn, no bang."
The heat and humidity to me was the absolute worst. You get what we used to call jungle rot, in the crotch area and in between the thighs, and then down in the immersion foot, the feet being constantly wet all the time. I got a little bit, but I have seen guys that when they pull their boots off, it's all bloody, and it takes the skin off right down, almost down to the bone. But the humidity to me was absolute worst. You could never get dry. Even when you had a chance to get a shower, you had a towel, I'm from Colorado, and I'm not used to the humidity and that. And that was probably the most disconcerting thing about the whole thing. The very infrequent actual combat actions and the rockets coming in, stuff like that. They they were a bother, but to me, there was not nearly as much concern as the heat, humidity, and the insects. In fact, it's probably why the sand flies look like a house fly, but they would land on you, and when you go to brush it away, it would literally hop over your hand before your hand has even stopped moving. It was down over here biting you somewhere else. So we kept our BDUs buttoned, even in the heat. We kept them fully buttoned, the collars turned up, and practically take a bath in DEET to try to keep the insects away.
Finally got to the cave, got off the airplane, and here's this dust cloud coming down the road. And I'm wondering, what is this? This ambulance pulls up, and a young man jumps out and says, "Are you Dr. Talbot?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He introduced himself. He was a specialist for TOCAR, my medic. He said, "I'll take you to the battalion, sir." I said, "Okay." On the way up, he informed me that the entire battalion staff was waiting for me. They had been without a flight surgeon for 3 months, and an aviation unit without a flight surgeon is very nervous. So I got there and reported into the colonel, and they were all standing there, and they wanted to see whether I was a fat flight surgeon or a skinny flight surgeon, because aviators are very weight conscious because the rules are very strict. And they seemed to be comfortable. I was a lot skinnier then, but they were comfortable with that. So then the colonel said to me the next day after I got my bunk laid out, he said, "Do you like to fly?" And I said, "Sir, is the Pope Catholic? I love to fly." He said, "Good, get your gear." And so I got my gear together and we went out, and the old man was in the aircraft commander slot. The S3 was the pilot. His crew chief was on board. This was a UH-1 Huey, either a B model or a C model. We'd passed the A models by this point. And so they pulled pitch and off we went. And we get out over there and he gets on the radio and he said, "Doc?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Do you know what a machine gun is?" And I said, "Yes, sir. I was a 1542 for years." That's an infantry officer. And he said, "Oh, okay, well, there's one under your seat. Take it out and hang it." Now, they put their door guns on bungee cords, which was a much better way. Tuck the stock under your armpit. You got the trigger and the trigger handle. So I said, "Okay." So I hung it up on the bungee cord, and I said, "Now what?" He said, "Can you give me a burst of 6? "Sir, you're talking to an infantry officer." So I did what he wanted. He said, "Okay, can you hit what you aim at?" I said, "Yes, sir. Who do you want dead?" He said, "That palm tree out there on the ridge." I said, "All right, sir." I cut it down for him. An M60 machine gun. And that satisfied him. From that time on, whenever the old man flew, his crew chief was the best machine gunner in the battalion. I was number 2.
The first time you have no idea what's really about to happen. You know, your first jump is pretty straightforward. You know, it's just reaction. You don't really know what's coming. You just react. You do what you was trained to do. Well, you hit the door and you jump out, and it's like, why am I doing this? You know, the second time they take you up, you know what's coming. It's like, man, do I want to do this? And then after that, it starts getting a little bit easier. They put you on an airplane and send you off on a mission. You know, it's somewheres in some country you never heard of before. You just go to sleep. You've been up for hours, just getting ready for the mission. You just kind of sit back, go to sleep until somebody nudges you and says, "Hey, it's time to jump." And you stand up and hook your static line to the cable and get up to the door. You kind of look out and say, wonder what's down there. Man says go, and out the door you go.
The government does a good thing of this. I had two roles. I had a role as a manager of people in the field. So I would have my khaki pants and my little shirt, just like walking around Charlottesville in the summer. And then I'd have my uniform, which I did not wear all the time. And as it was, many of the generals wanted you to wear your uniform and look nice in the briefings. We actually didn't have a script. The Vietnamese always assume that you don't know the language. I had a better ear than I had a tongue. And they would look they'd be looking in my room where I stayed and see a picture of my wife, and she's very beautiful. And I would say, yes, she is. A lieutenant's wife is very beautiful. So I got a kick out of doing that. I think that we also knew the North Vietnamese, because in Vietnam, one of the most amazing things I found is the South Vietnamese slur the language of Vietnamese. The Northerners don't. Where there's a U sound, they use a Z sound. So instead of saying, what time is it, like Baya la Maya, they would say Beza la Mesa. So all of the Southern people would know immediately if a Northerner were with them. And they didn't like each other. The Northern Army forces were not generally, it was like, this is our war in the Delta, not your war. And what are you doing here? You're going to tell us what to do. So we found a very interesting thing. They weren't on the same page all the time, and the animosities were definitely there. The same with the Chinese. The Chinese had been the overlords of Vietnam, so they weren't that enamored of the Chinese either. So it was a really interesting situation. I got to learn a lot. The learn a lot wasn't necessarily you can say I got my education in Vietnam, not the one I was going to get in graduate school to finish my PhD.
There were 627 women between 1964 and 1975. 627, that was it. The ratio was 4,000 to 1. It was quite a little overwhelming. We're working on hospital ships off the coast. They weren't in country, but eventually they came in country, and so we got to meet a few of those fantastic women. And we were allowed to visit the hospitals, but the wards in which the fellows were recovering, because if they couldn't go out in the field, and if they were too sick to go out in the field, then they stayed at the hospital till they were well, and then they could go out back to their units. There was a pilot who'd been blinded temporarily, fortunately, by a phosphorus flare, and I came in his end of the ward. I didn't know why he was bandaged. And the guys, the other fellows in there, their beds were just about to tell him I was there. And I waved my hands and said, no, don't tell him I'm here. And I took out my perfume, which we always carried, our secret weapon, and I doused it with Kleenex, and I waved it under his nose, and he was talking until that perfume passed by, and he goes, you're American, where are you? Because we wore perfume. In fact, at a later date, one of the helicopter pilots said, actually, we owe you ladies a big apology, because those helicopters took the wounded and the dead, and they really stunk. Then you'd get on, and we wouldn't have cleaned them out. But you were going back to your base unit, and we were going to give you a ride. But we always took the long way home.
You know, most of our missions, it was important on Christmas Day to take hot chow out to the troops. And they would come in and get those hot chows. One fire base landed, and I sat down while they were unloading, and I look over there, and there's a guy in a red suit walking around from foxhole to foxhole. That was important. So our mission was to support the troops. We put everybody out, every aircraft out to haul them down to the Bob Hope show. We didn't get there. During the show, we were pulling maintenance on the birds. But it was important to get the troops there.
With me, I had fear going in, walking, going into these patrols. But then when a firefight actually started, it seemed like the fear left me. And adrenaline, I believe, must have kicked in. So did what we had to do. And then afterwards, it was like the fear came back, and my knees were shaking then, but never during combat itself. I do have 3 Purple Hearts. The first one I got, we were following a blood trail, and I actually was the lead man in the patrol. We were going by a platoon, and we were ambushed. And I got down, and the fire was so intense with machine guns that the trees around me were actually being cut down, and they kind of buried me, Man behind me, the squad leader, he was shot in the arm, and his arm was just hanging there. And my best friend, we call him Pappy, he was behind a tree, so he was well hidden. But Pappy left his the place where he was really safe and crawled over to the squad leader and wrapped the bandage around his arm, trying to save his arm. And I turned around and saw Pappy get shot in the head. I thought, well, I had to do something, and something about being a Marine, I had more fear of not doing nothing than actually getting up and fighting. So I stood up on my knees and returned fire and allowed the other men to come up and help load Pappy on the helicopter. He was, of course, dead. And I remember we was crying over Pappy because he was just such a good friend to all of us. And the lieutenant told me to go back with the other men. They had to give me 2 shots of morphine just to calm me down because of losing Pappy. They continued on. So I was hit at that time in the bullet that went through my helmet and creased my skull and came out the back. And then I was hit in the ankle with a small arms fire. But that was a small Purple Heart. I didn't require any hospitalization or anything, just first aid. The second time I was wounded, we were fighting with tanks, and I actually seen the VC that fired. He had a rocket on his shoulder, and he fired the rocket at the tank, but it fell short and it hit the men around the tank, which was about 10 of us, and a lot of men just received shrapnel, and I got shrapnel in my arm, the legs, and the knee. Could not get helicopters in to take the wounded out. It done turned night, so the corpsmen just took care of us best as we could, and the helicopters came in the next morning, flew us back to Fubai, which was our base camp, and then from Fubai, I was put into the hospital, and then I was transferred to Da Nang. So I actually spent about 3 to 4 weeks in the hospital there, which to me was kind of like a picnic, because it was we had beds to lay in, and we had hot food, and it was really quite enjoyable, even though we were wounded. The third time I was wounded, I was bayonet. It was nighttime. We were overran by the North Vietnamese Army, and they actually got into our perimeter, and I was in a foxhole that I had dug, and I looked up and seen the soldier, the North Vietnamese soldier, and he pointed his rifle at me, and I didn't have time to do anything. I just had got through loading my weapon, and he hesitated. Instead of just shooting me, he jumped in the hole with me and to bayonet me, and I was able to jump back. And the bayonet went through my hand, and it stuck into a brush root of a tree or something where I had dug, and he couldn't pull his rifle out, and so he had put his foot on my hand, and it was trying to get the rifle out, his bayonet out of the root of the tree, and I had just enough time to be able to get my rifle up and placed under his stomach, so I could make it through that, which I did. Thank the Lord for that. Just like Americans, we all look alike, and the Vietnamese all looked alike, and we did not know. They'd be farmers during the day, and they would attack us at night, and so we didn't know who the enemy was, who the friendlies was. So yes, it was confusing, but we couldn't just go around shooting people because they was Vietnamese. We were there to help them. But the farmers we would set up, and the farmers would be VC and come out and attack us at night or set booby traps.
Basically, the first thoughts of everybody going over there is we were helping the people of South Vietnam. They wanted to be a democratic country, they wanted freedom, they wanted what we had, but just in their version. When we got there was rumors about that we were fighting over oil. That's always a big thing with any war, is fuel. But nothing ever came of that. We don't know that for sure. Most of the time, and I was not an infantry person, we did have some things at nighttime that went on, but I don't know. We tried to help the people, and they turned right around and shot at you the next day, so it wasn't a good thought. Well, we were running, and this time up north I was with a Barque Unit. A Barque was an amphibious unit that was supposed to carry 60 tons of bombs, fuel, people, anything you wanted. It would hit the shore, and you would kick it into like four-wheel drive and drive on back to a depot and dump whatever you're carrying. At the time when we would get, they called it dunnage, and it was the lumber and the materials off the ship. Of course, they wanted to get it off the ship because it was trash to them. And we would give it to the South Vietnamese people, and they would actually build huts and houses, and as it turned out, they built bunkers and shot at us at nighttime. So, you could never trust anybody but your guy next to you. That's why we were all brothers. You didn't fight so much for the country, but you were fighting for survival. I had an option of leaving by a helicopter to go to Da Nang to go out, or a YFU boat, which was the Navy's boat that they lived on that was brand new. And I thought that was the safest way. I have never been in a helicopter, and I never want to go in a helicopter. I saw a lot of that didn't make out well, in the trees, on the ground, whatever. But I was a fortunate veteran that I really didn't have to do the firefights. My brothers, the grunts, they did that. They went out every day 10 clicks, which is 10 kilometers out, and they would scan back in to keep us protected because we're hauling food, ammo, anything for them.
You were their lifeline.
Yeah, basically, and so we worked together, which was probably a good thing. The one day, I'll just give you a little story here. The one day they went out 10 clicks and were coming back in, and one man fell through the ground. It was a tunnel, which the gooks really like to use. And he fell in the tunnel, and it was a hospital for the Viet Cong and the NVA. They had all the wounded soldiers from the firefights of previous nights around us.
That was within 10 kilometers of
where we were, and nobody even knew it. And this was a fully set up hospital. They had a tunnel to go in, a tunnel to go out, and
Funding for this program was made possible in part by
Holtzman Propane is a full-service propane retailer combining competitive pricing with excellent service. Serving residential, commercial, and agricultural markets, Holtzman Propane offers 24-hour repair service, gas line and appliance installation, and automatic meter deliveries.
Unlock your newest member benefit. Over 1,000 episodes of your favorite PBS shows. American Masters, Antiques Roadshow, Nature, Nova, Masterpiece. Watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere. Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.